Hello, hello again, and welcome back to Horizon Zero Dawn. Hopefully you guys aren't hearing my dishwasher in the background too much, I just realized as I'm going live. Um, but yeah, we're starting off here. I'm hoping it ends soon. I just set it for the hour cycle, and I realized I'd set it for a good while ago now. But yeah, let's, I just booted up the game, talked to the merchant. I found out that I'd done all my inventory management before we left off last time. And now, I believe we are free to go get that sweet, sweet armor. Don't know if it's going to be any good, but it looks cool, and that's kind of all that matters in this game, doesn't it? Well, it's not all that matters, but frankly, a lot of the stuff that has looked cooler in this game has gone by the rule of, oh yeah, it just does better. It's just really cool. Which I like it when that happens. Oh, come on, dishwasher, just end.
Armor locked in place. Maybe there's a way to power up the mechanism.
There it is. Repair the fuse.
Just one more. There we go. The last one.
All right, we've done it.
All powered up. These numbers. They must be related to segments of a circle.
90, 270, 360, 450 is 360 plus 90. And then what was this last one? 630.
Did it. Let's have a look at that armor inside. All right.
Ah, see, this is why you learn
radians
radians in high school and shit. Wait, hold on. There's loot spec here. What did I got? It's probably potions. Yes, or is it? It's just potions, isn't it? Yep, it's just potions. And here it is. We've done it. Get that armor. All right, and oh well, skills, I guess. Do that. Then inventory, outfits. Oh, it's a box. Da 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 da. I'd imagine it's just the Zelda. You opened a thing. Theme. Huh. Oh, we're glowy now. Ooh, fancy. It's not very different from the Nora outfit, weirdly enough. Oh my gosh, you know what I just remembered? We're supposed to look up, I was supposed to look up where, Elizabeth's house is. And see if that's a thing, because Ayla mentions it. That, she said she was gonna go home after she had, effectively saved all of mankind, by closing the door. I wonder what this armor does. We'll find out, I guess. But let's research what Elizabeth, where Elizabeth's home is. Doop a doop a doop da ba da 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 ba da. Uh, hmm. Looks like it'll be in a later quest. We might run into it. Alright. That's a little... to be honest, I was a little hoping that, you know, it was just like a little side area and you could go find it. But is what it is. In the meantime... Yeah, we've really gone almost everywhere except for into the Frozen Wilds, which again, I'm leaving for after the main story. But yeah, it's all... I guess I never discovered that little home thing. Home area thing. Because, I mean, it was Gaia Prime, and she had to walk from there, so... Unless there was, like, a vehicle left for her to take, I guess. Then she could have maybe taken that. But I'm assuming it might be even around, like, here somewhere. Who knows? Anyway... Wow, we discovered all but 2 of the audio data points in the game. All but 1 of the hologram data points. We missed a lot of text data points, but some of that I'm just like, ah. What is this? I don't know what this machine is supposed to be that we didn't get, but... Alright, that's kind of weird that we missed 1. An entire machine in the game? Eh. Yeah, I believe all that's left is to go to the Looming Shadow quest. So, let's go to Meridian. We'll go to the campfire so I can save it. I don't know how close we are to the end. I'm hoping we're very close. And we will... I'm actually kind of hoping we'll finish it today. If not, I'll be on it tomorrow, but honestly... Sorry, eating a baby carrot. Hold on. Let me just eat it. I'm not talking like this the whole time. Excuse me for that. It's one of those things where I'm like, I ate a lot yesterday, and I even ate like, because my dad was over this weekend, so I ate a lot yesterday, and ooh, this is some poppin'. Let's give the game a minute. Hey, floors. Let's just, but yeah, we went out to like restaurants and stuff because I'm not very good at cooking and he's not very good at cooking. We're both very average, I would say at best. On a good day, we're average cooks. And then, so we go out to restaurants usually, or like order something. But yeah, we both had a good amount of food because we both went out for like lunch and dinner. And then this morning we went out to breakfast again, even though we weren't like super hungry. We're like, we should probably go out to breakfast and get something to eat, so we're not too hungry. We're not getting hungry. So I've been trying not to have snacks in the apartment because that just goes poorly. The snacks last a couple days. I'm like, oh, I'll get this like big bag of chips and it'll last me at least all week. And it's like 3/4 gone over the weekend and lasts till maybe like Monday or Tuesday at best. So, trying not to have snacks. And then we also got like a hot dog from Portillo's for lunch today. So it's kind of like I'm not really hungry, but if I don't eat anything, it's gonna be weird. My stomach's gonna be like, "Hey, you want food, you fucking fat ass?" I'm just snacking a bit. Hey, bud.
Aloy, what brings you to Meridian?
Death,
Helis
destruction.
commands a legion of fanatics called the Eclipse. They will attack soon from the west with an army of ancient war machines. But that's not the worst of it. They'll bring a mind with them, god, demon, machine, whatever you want to call it. It's called Hades. And it doesn't want Meridian at all. It wants the Spire. And if it gets there, it will send out a call, waking more ancient machines, more than we could ever defeat. All will be lost. We can't let that happen.
I'm trying to understand, but my responsibility lies with Meridian.
Meridian isn't the target, Avad. You have to defend the Spire.
Perhaps the Vanguard, Your Radiance.
Yes, send them to the Spire. Eren knows Aloy. He won't question it.
And have the city guard fortify the western ridge. There they can be seen to protect Meridian and the Elite, where the Spire rests.
Aloy, allow me to apologize for my behavior before. After everything that happened with Ursa, I was confused. If we're to fight together on the brink of life and death, I'd prefer to do so with your forgiveness.
Then you have it. As long as you don't confuse me with her again.
Even a king can learn his lesson. Good then. I'm glad that's behind us. Now, it will take time to prepare our defenses. Please, tell me what you know of our enemies. Everything.
I don't know about everything, but I'll tell you what I can.
You can stab them. That usually works. I'm usually pretty good at the stabbing. Nameless Marad. Yoo-hoo, Mr. Spy Man. I've got to talk to you about some
Quietly.
fucking...
Panic in the city will only create another enemy. And do keep me appraised of each new arrival. Ah, Aloy. Preparations are underway on the ridge defenses and at the Spire. Word was sent to every corner of the Sundom. Our allies offered their steel. Some came for Meridian, others for shards. But many came for you, by name.
For me.
Don't be so humble.
The ridge will be the front line. That's where the city guard are holding?
Yes, bolstered by some of the irregulars I spoke of before. The Oseram cannons that thundered Meridian's walls in the Liberation will now defend us. You're welcome to tour the defenses.
And the Spire. Erend and the Vanguard are there?
Indeed. Clashing breastplates together and testing out their battle cries, I suppose. A number of the Nora have also arrived at the Spire. They have resisted the offer of a royal audience. Perhaps you could parley with them.
I will. I suppose all we can do is wait for the attack.
Exactly. It's not a feeling I cherish, but our spotters at Evening Sign report there's still no movement in the west. So, if there's more you need to do elsewhere, seize this time to do it. Otherwise, I've made the apartment of Olin Delverson available to you. You can sleep there, if sleep comes.
3 objectives. Few preparations at the Ridge, the Spire, and then rest before the final battle. I'd like to see at the Ridge and the Spire, yeah. I've never been to the Spire, actually. Yeah, I don't think I've ever been to the Spire in the game. Let's go there. Let's do it. Yeah. Ooh, she's got the big gun. Oh, it's the fun one.
Petra!
Here she is, the guest of honor. I knew there was something about you. Hammered from the stuff they make leaders out of. And I don't say that to every Nora girl who blows through my town.
That happens to you a lot?
Had to build a wall to fend them off.
Good thing I'm persistent then.
I've missed our little talks. Murad asked me to look over the city arsenal. These guns have aged well. That runs in the Osram, no? They were the pride of the Mainspring Forges, so I've taken greater pride in improving them.
Ooh.
Can I try one?
Everybody wants a turn. Have at it then.
Big boom
the
time.
target should put up a little less of a fight than those bandit raiders did. It hits nice and wide. No need to aim it like a bow.
Suck it, nerds. Ha ha ha. Oh, that thing's fantastic.
Have you
I love
just
it.
polished that armor, was it?
Of course.
Isn't that a little...
Aloy, I told you I'd be here.
You did, Teb. But have your wounds even had time to heal?
Honestly, if I fought, I'd probably come undone. But don't worry, I'll leave that to the other Nora at the Spire. I brought supplies instead. These Karja have made me an honorary quartermaster, whatever that means.
It sounds impressive.
I could get used to it. We'll be setting up caches of arms and medicine under these banners. Look for them when the fighting starts.
Ooh.
Aloy, when you went into the mountain, did the goddess tell you our chances?
She didn't need to. I know we can do this, Teb.
Maybe we can.
Don't let your guard get ready.
Let's see what's in this supply crate. Money, other stuff I don't need. Mainly because I think if I take it, I'll be over and I'll just literally trash it for money. Which I'm a little good on money. I'm almost at 50,000 bucks, sir. I can just run here.
We can never repay you for what you've done, bringing the prince back.
I mean, yeah, but money is always a good way to repay me. Just saying. File repaired. Halloween. Travis came by trick-or-treating dressed like me. Should have seen that one coming. Gave him a half-eaten packet of dandy wafers as a treat and kicked him out, but not before he invited me to some kind of Italian horror extravaganza he organized for his ZD staff. Seriously, as if there's not enough horror in the world already. Anyway, I was scheduled to fly out here to G Prime for final inspections with Harris and the president's delegation. Ted was here too, and he was not looking good. Kept fidgeting and seemed to look me in the face without blinking. I was relieved when he boarded his Vert and flew back to Thebes. Or Thebes. I think it's pronounced Thebes. Ugh. Though I guess I shouldn't complain. If he wants to build himself a deluxe shelter to ride out the apocalypse, let him. Keeps him out of Elysium and away from me. Oh, so fucking Ted-ass bitch fucker Pharaoh was in his own little special hideaway shelter. Fucking ride out the apocalypse. Fucking dick penis. Harris stuck around long enough to give me a detailed briefing on the strategic situation. Basically, we've entered the terminal phase. So the color of the sky when I was flying over here wasn't clue enough. Another 2 or 3 weeks and the atmosphere won't be breathable. The last vestiges of European and West African civ brigades are trapped with their backs against the Atlantic. The swarm that scuttled across the Antarctica is crossing the Straits of Magellan and about to start its death crawl up to South America towards the Amazon. All the work we did to reconstitute the rainforest, and it comes to this. And advanced elements of the Pacific swarms are already skirmishing with units on the Karmar seawall. The noose is tightening, projections show we can still finish the time, but the margin of error is plus or minus 10 days. Not a good spread. If the plague breaks through ahead of schedule, well, it can't. I won't let it happen. Enough writing, I need to get back to Zero Dawn. Last time I visited Prime was November of last year. Months have been a blur. Flew out and completed the master override. Where's the installation to the central armature and master override? You're welcome, Ted. Ah, fuck. She fucked up. So I decided to grab a few hours sleep here before heading back to Zero Dawn. Called Gaia before I bedded down, ostensibly to update her on the site plan, but the truth is I missed her. I felt the habit of speaking to her before I sleep. Seems to be the only thing that calms me these days. Woke up to a message from Oswald, probably. Actually. The Odyssey has launched yesterday, so terrestrial life's chance of survival has doubled. Why then do I feel uneasy? And then we found out later in the other thing, the Odyssey fucking blew up or crashed and burned or something. Keep wondering what kind of world Far Zenith will create if the ship reaches its destination so many decades from now. Now what about that alpha build of Apollo? So much knowledge, so few restraints, and no failsafes. How do they avoid repeating our mistakes? What's to stop them from playing God? Forwarded the Odyssey message to the Alphas. Naoto replied. Naoto? Maybe? I'm bad at names already, like even English American-ish names. I'm bad at those even, come on. Replied in less than a minute with a poem, of course. Building of the Ship by Longfellow, and it's a long alright. I didn't read all of it, but it seems it's about launching a ship rather than building one. The stanza or couplet or whatever leapt out at me. Humanity with all its fears, with all its hopes of future years, is hanging breathless on thy fate. Yeah, Odyssey and Zero Dawn both. Speaking of which, I should get back to Zero Dawn. Guess I should stop by Naoto's lab and check on Demeter's progress too. If I can get out of there without a volume of Tennyson pressed into my hands, I'll count myself lucky. Till next time. And the last repaired file for now. Just wrapped inspection of Gaia Prime site, construction well underway, reactor installed. Plans for control room reminded me of Starship Bridges on this cheesy old SF vids. Living spaces for alphas already completed, prefab modules. Fingers crossed we never have to seal ourselves in here. Not that Elysium sounds much better. Spent the last week at the Bryce site designing Zero Dawn project labs, drawing the protocols. Purposing was huge, plenty of room for workspaces and residence blocks. Work crews already set up my office/lab. I'm not a fan of the glass wall. Guess Murray's intention was to ensconce me as all-seeing presence. Ugh, opposite effect. Makes me feel watched on display. Tempted to paint it over. I would feel watched as well. Harry's recorded his presentation yesterday, so it'll be bleak. Scheduled to record mine on Friday. As soon as reception, lounge, hall, theaters, and first residence block at Zero Dawn site are finished, we'll start processing the candidates being held outside Tucson. 27 already. Oh, we're in Arizona. Because that's where they were holding the candidates for Zero Dawn and, like, processing them. Before they went to the site to start actually working on it. Oh, we're in Arizona. Extraction teams prioritizing Pacific Rim and Aussie candidates. How scared and confused they must be, snatched off the street cart across the world, held in cells. Here's hoping they understand once they see the big picture. Going to catch a few hours of sleep here and then fly back to the Zero Dawn site. Here is promised delivery of QB lattices by noon. Expect Mark 1 will take 2 weeks to machine, assemble, and test. I aim to launch guy at 06T grounding. From there, Turing, I'm assuming, 0.06 Turing grounding. From there, I'll spin her up past 1.0 Turing. Wonder how long it'll take to break the 1.38 record. Turing record. MIA can go hang. Sleep. And the rest are still under repair. Let's see if we'll get more to pop while we're walking over. Oh, that was a big mistake giving fucking Ted fucking Farrow a fucking master, or even implementing a master override. I guess it's kind of necessary to implement a master override, but oh, fucking Ted fucking Farrow. Oh, excuse me. I think that was a oh, not the Nora. What are those guys that are the Banuk? I think that was the Banuk guy. The Banuk boy. No! Horse! Horse! Holy fuck, horse! Roach, trying to kill me. I guess we're going a bit slower with Roach. He's a little suicidal. Holy cow, that was frightening to say the least. Ooh, baby. Well, there's a couple things. Let's go talk to Lenore.
Taller than the highest tree.
These Carja in their frilled armor look like turkeys.
But there are so many. And now...
War Chief Sona. War Chief, you seem uncomfortable.
The Nora do not belong here. I do not belong here. I will fight the metal devil that threatens us all, but my place is in the sacred land. The wrongness here jags at me like an arrowhead.
I'm sorry to put you through this.
Do not be sorry. This will be ended. My spear, my word.
Greetings, Aloy. Don't. You don't need to bow. The Anointed doesn't like it.
She doesn't much like being called Anointed either. It means a lot to have you here, Varl.
I gave my word.
So, Meridian, what do you think?
I've seen many new things since I first met you. I should thank you.
Varl, what's wrong?
You really want to know? All right. I'm in a foreign land, a tainted land, defending a faithless city that looks like nothing I've seen. From something I can't imagine. And you, after all that's happened, all you've done, I feel like I should drop to my knees and worship you, but I know you don't want that.
Boy, things are pretty tough for you, huh? Thanks for telling the other Nora not to bow. It's the last thing I need.
Don't be too hard on them. They only joined this fight because the Anointed bid it so.
Is that why you came?
No. I would have come just to see you one more time. And we must fight a metal devil, because the goddess says. Or because you say.
I think the goddess and I are in agreement. We're both glad you're here.
So am I.
By the way, Varl's the fucking best. I think we can all be in agreement of that. Varl's the fucking best so far. Everyone else is kind of like creepily, like...
The eclipse.
What does that even mean?
It's when the moon gets in front of the sun, idiot.
Is that supposed to sound scary or something?
I don't know. They used to be Karja. Karja are always yammering about sun and shade.
Well, if they used to be Karja, how tough can they be?
Yeah, they're best guys, just like birds. We'll rip their little feathers off.
And let's not get cocky, boys.
Hey, bud. Ooh.
Aloy.
There we go.
So here we are again, gearing up for a fight. Only this time it sounds like the bad guys have a lot more firepower. What are we up against, really?
Just hit it with a hammer. You're
I'm
fine.
not sure. But there's gonna be a lot of them, and they'll have machines. And if they get past us, it's not just Meridian that will fall. The rest of the world will go with it.
That's big. It sounds like our kind of fight. Right, guys? Where do they put the Vanguard?
At the front of the line!
And why?
Steel before iron!
And what are we gonna do?
Hit him like a hammer till he can't hit back!
Damn right! You hear that? Nobody's getting past the Vanguard. We're here for Meridian. And we're here for you.
Thank you, Erend. Ursa would be proud.
Only if we win.
I sincerely hope the Vanguard isn't these 4 people only. There's the spire. Holy shit. There's more files repaired.
My armor's getting itchy.
Yeah, I'm really hoping it's not just those 4 guys in there. Dang. We're not taking Roach back down. Such a close thing. It's been, what, 43 hours since Hera's warned me, said collapse of the Eastern Line was imminent. Swarm's launching some kind of pincer maneuver versus the Wichita assailant. 5 or 6 days more, and I think Gaia could have launched without our help. I really do. We had to scramble. Zero Dawn became a madhouse. Absolute bedlam. Every team rushing to stabilize Code and lock it down as Gammas got evacuated, then Betas. Once Gaia was on her way, I gathered the Alphas together to give them the bad news. Felt like I was going to throw up. They already knew, of course. They knew the worst. The work wasn't really finished. Close, but not quite there. Still tests to run, kinks to smooth out, works to do. They accepted it. No Elysium for us. We'll spend the rest of our lives here, testing and polishing each subordinate function to perfection. Guess that's what you get when you recruit a bunch of obsessive perfectionists. Managed not to cry until I got back to my office. So here we are, setting up Gaia Prime, and yeah, such a close thing. Makes me feel nauseated all over again when I contemplate how the fate of life could hinge on a coincidence. If I'd never proposed the Lightkeeper protocol, there never would have been living spaces constructed here. If I'd abandoned the protocol sooner, the necessary life support systems would never have been installed. If. At least we won't have to endure the creepiness of raising and training clones of ourselves. The genetic material was never processed out of the cradle sites, so it's not even possible, for which I'm glad. I really, really wouldn't want to spend time around a young Travis Tate raised by Travis Tate. No, it'll be up to us Perfectia, one generation only. Update though, General Harris, the salient has collapsed. USRC expects to be overrun within 2 days, which gives us 72 hours at best to lock down, seal up. Buried alive for life's sake. I'll go tell the others. Those are journals. Oh, those are journals of the armor testing. So, I'm not gonna fucking take Roach back, because Roach is suicidal. Let's not take the horse that wants to jump off a fucking cliff. Pretty willingly. Oh, another journal repaired. Let's go ahead and read it before, that one I already did. That's a Derval's journal. Oh, maybe it's just the same message as before. Alright. Load game. Yep, there we go. Just want to make sure it's saved. But I have a feeling we're gonna get into the end of the business here.
You'll regret not stopping when you're in the thick of it.
I forget where Olin's house was. I think it was right here.
Protect your city from the army outside its gate. Olin's apartment feels empty. Should I sleep? Did I leave anything unfinished?
Time to rest before the final battle. Let's do it.
How could you sleep, Elizabeth, with a weight like this pressing on you? How did you, Rost, after you lost your family? Silence? Are you there? Guess I shouldn't ask ghosts for advice.
Ma'am, there are signs from the west. Sun King Avad awaits you at the Temple of the Sun.
Ah, shit. Here we go. Ooh, it's kind of dark out. Of course it is. The fucking eclipse. Alright, boys, we're ready for a butt stabbing. I'm gonna get him right in the butt.
Campfires, perhaps? Massing forces for the long march to the city gates?
That's not wood smoke.
And what is it?
The end. Or how it begins, anyway.
Deathbringers you spoke of?
To the guns! To the guns! Now!
By the sun, do as she says!
Go, man, go, you fucking...
Set loaded! All of you, be ready to fire! Will the guns hold them back?
Yeah. They actually will do a pretty good job of holding them back. Don't let me punch him.
No! Rally the vanguard. Send reinforcements.
Aloy, no!
We need those guns!
He will cut you down!
Not this time!
Bitch! You getting a stabbing.
You have vexed me long enough.
Should have fought me in the soldier's head.
Why should
If the Deathbringers keep firing, this bridge will go. Can't let him in close.
Oh, jeez, I got a shield.
accept your weakness?
He's too dangerous in close.
Only endless night opens.
Bridge can't take much more of this. It's giving way!
What are you before the terror of the sun?
The one who will take you down!
Come here.
I am chosen. You came from nothing.
Death to you.
I am chosen. This was not meant to be.
No.
None of this was meant to be heedless. You made it happen. Followed your orders, butchered so many, and for what? To die on your knees, used like a pawn by a power you don't even understand.
You pity me?
Turn
Yeah.
your face to the sun.
Oh, jeez, she went right for the fucking neck. So this armor's fucking badass. That's helpful. Oh, he's stealing his shit.
I'd have to leave something else behind.
Let's go, baby! To the spire.
Meridian! Hold the line!
Where do you need me?
On the platform!
Here it comes. Better move.
Dang, the cannons really let this fucking Deathbringer get this close. south, south, south. Oh, there we go. Get out of here, you fucking nerd. Come on, Dracula, big fucking nerd, die. Yeah, shoot at me. Come on, motherfucker. Come on, allies. You can do this.
Lower your arms, but be wary.
Chance to catch a breath and prepare.
Oh, geez, all the herbs are just medicine.
Raise arms again. West.
West? All right.
Time to go. Gotta get to another platform.
Got him.
Don't wanna be here when that hits.
Ah, fuck. Kill the chickens.
Firing on your platform.
Come on, you fucking Stormbird, go down. Holy shit, this is a fucking fight. Alright, this is the angle. More center. Nope. There we go.
It's taking a shot at me.
They brought it down, yeah. Ah, fuck, it's Hades.
Aloy. Aloy.
Oh, thank
Aloy.
goodness. Come on.
My own mother, you survived. I thought you were killed.
Not yet, bitch.
Are they?
No. Wounded, but alive, mostly. The machines blasted through, then kept going. They marched on the spire, dragging that thing with them.
Take care of the others, Teb. I've gotta go.
Aloy, go! We'll draw them. Now you face their true son, Shadow Demon.
Gotcha, bitch.
Meridian will hold, or my marks of honor mean nothing.
We're swimming.
That was refreshing.
My strength is not yet spent. I earned it by ice and snow.
Oh, for fuck's sake, just keep diving.
I will answer your challenge.
Nobunaga turns away.
Got him.
From a challenge. Rest now, Icelander.
Get the herbage. He needs the herbage.
It's begun. Hades is transmitting.
Run! We need to go, lady. Kid, you may want to go. Kid. Guys, get into Mother's cart and fucking hide. Just do it. Oh shit, it's using like nanobots to fucking eat everything. Oh, dingus.
If Hades has started the signal, it must have gotten through the defenses.
I can't even call a roach.
I have to get up there.
Ding dang didgeridoo. Lock onto our health potions while we're running.
Gotta keep going. Keep pushing. Knew this wouldn't be easy.
Yeah, but this is fucking ridiculous. Go Spire and stop Hades! Exclamation point. No shit. You don't need to tell me twice.
Aloy! It's Aloy! Well, you can see that.
We thought you'd fallen at the ridge.
No, the ridge fell on me. Look, there isn't a lot of time left. I have to face Hades.
Not alone.
It's my fight. I can't ask you to come with me.
We were about to go over the top anyway, right? Right.
Hawk and Thrush, let's go.
I should stock up. Last chance.
Yeah, we're getting all the goods. Might as well. Man, it's kind of cool that, like, my hunting lady, the hunting mentor, is, like, coming with me and shit. Alright, we going for the stabbing.
Arrival of Entity has been anticipated. Entity will not halt transmission. To contrary, calculations are precise. Presence of Entity has been accounted for.
Ah, shit. This one's kind of big.
Get ready. It's a Deathbringer.
Run, lady! Jump! After you. Gotcha, motherfucker. Oh, stab it. Oh no, I just need to shoot it, I think. Kinda curious. Yep, ropes don't do shit.
More of them on the way.
Don't let them overrun us!
Prioritize entity.
Corrupted going for you.
Okay.
Oh, this motherfucker. Oh, wait, hold on. Hold on. You know what we doing? Fucking sharp shot bow instead of the tripcaster. And
Time enough to get the mission.
come on.
They are slain! Our arrows were true!
Sup, motherfucker? I need to let it regroup. Let my shield come back. Shooting its butt turret.
They keep coming. Knock them back.
All of you, focus on the new machine! Ah, yes, the big fiery explosion. Nice.
like that.
We've cleaned them out.
Do the bomb.
My way's clear.
Suck it, you big fat nerd. Hold on, hold on.
System threat imminent.
Oh, Hades, die.
Master
Hey, guy.
override armed. To activate, state name and rank.
Elizabeth Sobek. Alpha Prime.
Master override activated. Purging extinction protocol.
We did it. We stabbed it. No, stab it. Completely dismantle that motherfucking thing. Destroy it at all costs. I would take the spear. It's a fun spear. It did a lot of poking. Oh, come on, give your king a hug. Hey, the city stayed mostly undestroyed. That's a plus.
Okay, Gaia. Sorry about that. Where was I?
You were telling a story.
Right. Yeah, so, like I was saying, it was a children's electronics kit, but I hacked the wiring to an auto battery and solar PV. So the grass caught fire. And, so did a tall pine that had stood there, I don't know, maybe 100 years.
Query. You were how old?
6. My mother was home, thank God, so she called the fire department, and after, she took me out to the lawn and showed me the dead baby birds, because there were nests in the pine tree.
Query. What did you feel?
I'm not sure. I remember yelling that I didn't care, and that's when my mother took my face in her hands and spoke.
Query. What did she say?
She said I had to care. She said, Elizabeth, being smart will count for nothing if you don't make the world better. You have to use your smarts to count for something. To serve life, not death.
You often tell stories of your mother, but you are childless.
I never had time. Guess it was for the best.
If you had had a child, Elizabeth, what would you have wished for him or her?
I guess I would have wanted her to be curious. And willful, unstoppable, even. But with enough compassion to heal the world. Just a little bit. Anyway, that's all I've got for now, Gaia. Time to tuck in.
I wish you a pleasant sleep, Elizabeth.
Thank you. I'll catch you tomorrow.
Oop, there's still more. Oh no, it's the credits. So Elizabeth had, first of all, she did go home. She also had those pink flowers, like the metal flowers were growing. Don't know why. But dang, this was a good ass game, and it's not even over because I get to play the DLC of it now. But holy shit, this was, holy fuck, this was so good. The dinosaur fighting, the fact that like you discover like even the tall necks where it was like, oh, you gotta do like a little fight some dinosaurs and like do a little puzzle for some of them. Like that was all really cool and really well done. It wasn't like the traditional Ubisoft jump up a tower and look around and you discovered everything in the area kind of deal, which is always very nice. Because as you know, it's one of those things where it's like, yeah, that, and again, that's actually a bit of one of my complaints with Breath of the Wild 2. Is it basically, from even their towers, even some of like the more difficult ones, quote unquote, to get up are just oh, figure out how to get to the higher point or like how to clear the bramble or whatever off of it, and then you can climb just fine. Whereas this, you had to like either sneak past the dinosaurs or fight them outright. I'm fairly sure a few of them where you were supposed to sneak past them. It seemed like there were flowers and stuff designed. The sneaky brush was strategically placed where you maybe had to make a mad dash to the tall neck, but it was doable, where maybe you took out like a watcher or two, and then you would you'd sprint like past like the fire chicken or the bellowback or whatever to get to the tall, or the scrapper or whatever to get to the tall neck. But dang, like the world, the lore, everything that happened with like the idea of Zero Dawn, the Zero Dawn project, and like the fact that, you know, they invented something that got so out of hand, so away from their own imagination, that they, you know, something so unfathomably terrible happened. Oh my goodness. Fuck Ted Faro. But that's what it is. Fuck Ted Faro. Not only did he kill humanity, but then he went off and he decided to fucking kill Apollo, that humanity would not be able to have a head start or continue off where they were, even. It was basically back to hunter-gatherer days. I guess we started off with language, but we didn't have, just because the nursery AI was able to teach them like English. I'm assuming in the other places around the world they taught their prospective language, or their respective language. Like if there's one in China, they taught them probably Mandarin or Chinese. Oh, by the way, I still don't know. I know there's different dialects, but I've heard even Chinese people say they're speaking Chinese. But so I don't know what to call that, by the way. So my apologies if it's insensitive or very ignorant, but I am very ignorant on the subject, because I don't know if it's the Chinese language, and I don't know if but I know there's like several dialects and different language types within China itself. I believe someone once told me that Mandarin is the most common, but I don't know if that's just a dialect or if that is Chinese. Or if the language itself is Chinese, called Chinese, and Mandarin's a dialect, or like there's other dialects. Dang. Sorry, every time I remember about that, I'm like, man, I should look that up and like try and figure it out. And then I don't. So, and I'm not gonna look at the comments of this video either, so, you know. It'll probably go back to just me not knowing about it again. Maybe I will this time. I can't Alt-Tab because it'll pause the credits. Oh, man. But yeah, everything about this game was just like so good. The only thing I didn't really care about, I didn't really like the fact that there were certain effectively dungeons that were locked off of all like all the Zero Dawn development sites until you hit a certain point in the story, because especially if you go by just the story, it's not too long of a game. And especially if you go by the story, or just the story, you don't get like that super cool armor until the very end. You have almost no, because by the time you get that last power cell, it's pretty much you have the mission to go rally everyone. And I mean, you can get that during the mission, during the last tutorial island part. The last power cell. So you technically could get it after visiting Gaia Prime. But even that is very late in the story. And if you've been doing the story and you got that, or if you're like me, you've probably done most, if not all, the map. By the time you've gone to Gaia Prime and gotten the last power cell. So you really don't have a lot of opportunity to make use of that armor. Maybe you've left like the most difficult stuff you've run across, like maybe if you've had trouble fighting the motherfucking T-Rexes. Or doing a side quest or something, like the fighting the, what was it, the Red Maw? You know, there's a lot. There's not really much that you would have done with it. Versus, I'm just thinking like The Witcher 3, like you can get like the Master Armor. Fairly, it's still later in the story, but there's still a lot to do after you unlock it and unlock a lot of the bits of it. So that's something I would like. Also, I would have liked to been able to upgrade the spear, not just in like the sneak attack damage, but like I would have liked to be able to not only apply mods to it, because apparently applying mods is part of the DLC. You go to a person in the frozen wilds and they do it for you. It's amazing. Yeah, the Horizon Zero Dawn cosplay is fucking incredible. Some people really put their heart and soul into the Aloy and just the other like Nora costumes that were abundant. The like Nora Brave costumes, they were so cool. Or they are so cool. But yeah, dang, like, oh. Just like, thank you for making the game. The combat is so creative. It's so unlike anything else, like of a mixture of stealth and action and dodge, skip, and dodging, knocking off pieces, choosing the right gear, setting up traps. It's just so good. It was just so good on every combat situation. Felt unique. Because even when you fought everything, then they had the corrupted variant. And the corrupted variant not only behaved differently, it was definitely a lot more melee aggressive. But it opened it up and it definitely had like more health and defense. And it was a little more dodgy, so hitting it was without concentration was much more difficult. Bits off of it. But it was weak to fire, so you could like lay fire traps, use fire bombs, fire arrows, to your advantage then. So it opened up a different, like, okay, I'll dodge roll, lay a trap, dodge roll again, and have it run into it. Or I'll, just keep pinging it with arrows, keep dodging an arrow ping. And then, like, if a watcher came by, you'd want to just like hit that with if you missed the eye, you'd just be like, and whap with the spear. The human combat was not the greatest. Especially like the piercing arrows, the hardpoint arrows should have, if they were a headshot, probably should have either knocked off the mask or broken it or something, without damaging the people underneath, or done like a little damage. But then if you get like another headshot with even a regular arrow, it should have done like an instant kill. Same thing with like shots to the chest. Like maybe the chest armor takes like 2 or 3 hits with hardpoint arrows, and then even a regular arrow would pierce through it and for an instant kill. The spear combat, I would have wished that there was almost maybe like a lock-on button, or like hold right click to lock on, and maybe you enter some sort of like dueling mode, if you want to. For the bigger like boss guys, that would have made it easier, so that way you can like dodge, move to left and right, attack a little more steadily. Because a lot of times, especially with the human, when you're fighting the robots, when you swing and you like move forward a lot, or even past them a bit, it's almost helpful. Because it keeps you at a good distance. Because when the robots are close, they have the advantage almost every time. I don't know if the only robot that doesn't really is the were the Glint Hawks, the vultures. Yeah, because even the Watchers getting close had a significant advantage over you technically. They were easier to take down, but yeah, if you let like two of them get close and they were synchronizing their attacks, or they were like off synchronization of their attacks, they would beat your ass. Like, you get stun locked because one would hit you and knock you down, and then the other, or at least stagger you, and the other one would hit you and stagger you. Then the first one would probably hit you, be winding up to hit you again. Yeah, so it's. But for the humans, you don't really wanna like move past them. And the fact that they were like staggered very little, I know it keeps it challenging, but when they hit you and staggered you, you'd be staggered for a good while. But if you hit them and stagger them, by using the heavy attack, by the time you were ready for even another quick attack, they would be up and they would have hit you and possibly even staggered, like heavy attack staggered you. So fighting the humans was very, it was alright, it was good enough, because, I mean, obviously their focus was probably on fighting the motherfucking T-Rex, for example, making sure that felt as it should, versus fighting the other guys. Oh, and just being like knocking off like the gun off a Ravager and just being like, alright, bitch, my turn. Or off the motherfucking T-Rex, it wasn't a lot of bitch, my turn, it was a lot of, oh fuck, I need to do this or else I'll die. But it was fantastic when that went right. Oh my gosh, everything. The combat is A+ in this game. The lore is A+ in this game. The open world design, I would say, was like an A. It was that right size where it was, and it was so interesting to see like everything and how it had gone and how it had come around and developed after like the old ones had left it. And to even see like it's been almost like what, several hundred years, several centuries. And like to even see like there, like some amphitheaters were even still standing and stuff like that. It was so cool. And all the lore bits and everything dropped around there, just in the vantage points with the lore. That was, because that's the thing with the vantage points. It wasn't even like, oh, you get uncover stuff with the map, which I think you did technically, but it was just like, oh my gosh, you get to hear that, like see like what it was like back then. We found out it was we're near Tucson, Arizona. Or in Arizona is where this play takes place at the end there, with that one last entry. Sobek entry. But yeah, the only thing I would say is like the tall necks, as much fun as they are still very climb a tower, do a thing. I think just Assassin's Creed wore me out on that. I never, well, I guess, let me see, I played Assassin's Creed, because I achievement hunted and 100%ed Assassin's Creed 2, what is the one after, Brotherhood, I think? And, Black Flag, I did that accidentally. I actually did that on my own. I think I 100%ed it accidentally, where I just got so caught up with it, and with the pirate stuff, I was like, this is kind of fun, like, and I just went through and did it all. Hey, Struggles, yeah. If you're just joining now, you avoided the spoilers. Feel free to come back and watch it, but yeah. Especially if you don't want to know what Horizon Zero Dawn is. I'll just talk about like gameplay and stuff here from now on, I guess, unless you want to know something specific, kind of how it was, but I'm just like, this was a fucking good game. Holy shit. The only thing I would complain about is it falls into some open world trappings. Like finding the several different types of collectibles is kind of annoying. And I mean, the reward was skill points, so it kind of balances out with the reward versus the annoyance of like going to every corner of the map and finding a fucking coffee mug. But I kind of wish that it was more like there were like side quests and some loot caches versus, and I really do wish that you had gotten weapons as loot. It's for exploring. I do like that you could have just bought the weapons. Okay, I won't say anything. I won't do any spoilers. I think the last two streams that were definitely like very spoiler lore what actually is Zero Dawn and all that fun stuff. But when you get to him, this is not a spoiler. When you get to it, fuck Ted Faro. That guy is... I have not been so mad at a fucking video game character in a long time. Ted Faro can fucking... He's the fictional character. He can fucking, like... Need to resurrect him just to have him chained up and have Aloy just stab him in the balls just repeatedly. Then repair the balls and just stab him again like, what was it? Like Prometheus with his liver. Just like, bitch. Just keep on a ball stabbing. Every day, just repair it up with our future tech and just stab him in the balls. He is a fucking off his rocker dick to the nth degree. Anyway, back to the... I'm not gonna let that one go. I'm gonna be fucking playing Forbidden West and just being like, fuck Ted Faro, fucking shit-ass bitch, fuck. Just cursing under my breath. I'm gonna be walking into work tomorrow like, fucking Ted Faro, that son of a bitch, fucking... You alright, Brett? Yeah, just fucking Ted Faro. Oh, yeah. Yeah, fuck Ted Faro. But yeah, the only thing about the open world, and it was super fun just because the robot dinosaurs were everywhere. And the stalkers in the jungle, the amount of them was super fucking annoying. There needed to be literally like half the stalkers in the jungle. Especially since they were all along like routes and near places that you needed to go for side quests and like other stuff. And and they were like placed next to campfires. So it's like as soon as you load into a campfire or like go to it to try and like get a fast travel point, it's just all of a sudden like, and I took 2 steps out of it and I'm getting attacked by stalkers. Fuck. But yeah, there were just, it fell into some open world trappings. Like, I think there were just too many, there weren't enough side quests. In the end, there were very little side quests compared to a lot of other games. There was enough. I would say it was a good amount, but like, the side quests didn't take you to every corner of the map. It was more the collectibles did. Which I guess is kind of a trade-off, because on one hand, you're streamlining, for people who don't want to sit there doing all the who are fine not doing all the collectibles, but maybe you want to do the side quests, then you don't miss out. But at the same time, you're missing out on all the world and a lot of lore and stuff. So it's kind of a trade-off. It makes the game more streamlined and take less time to complete, especially if you're if you mainly play RPGs and stuff for the story. but at the same time, it's kind of like, well, I don't know, maybe for me who just got so enraptured, I accidentally kind of got all the collectibles. I'm like, I kept going to each corner of the map being like, what's over here? What's over here? And it's just like, oh, it's just collectibles and things to fight. Don't get me, and that's another thing, is like the things to fight were so fun. Oh, Elizabeth Sobek was played by Ashley Birch too, who, by the way, is Tiny Tina in Borderlands 2 and Borderlands 3. Just in case you didn't know that. I'm pretty sure everyone knows that by now. But yeah. Maybe in Frozen Wilds I'll just do some Tiny Tina-isms just for the shit of it. By the way, some beginning quests in Tutorial Island voice acting was a little and some voice acting around the world was like a little but I would say 90 to 95% of it was like pretty A+, pretty on par. Like really good. Like Aloy was always really good. Sona was always really good. Varl was always really good. Rost. I mean, the only notable exceptions I can think of were like the guy who was like, I'll do it, kill myself. Like, I don't know who like got this guy in the voice acting studio, but he kind of needed to, have a little direction, I think. Maybe that one was done a little late in the development cycle. They're like, we just got to use it. Like, that could have taken a retake. But yeah, everyone else was pretty, I would say, was at least average. Or not average. Everyone else did at least a good job. Excellent was like Aloy and Rost and a lot of the main characters. Some of the like side quest characters and stuff like that, they were good, just not great. Which again, all of this is I'm very nitpicky here, trying to find like faults. This is all very fun and stuff. Yeah, all of it is just so nitpicky. It feels like. Which, don't get me wrong, if I'm really hoping that they fixed a lot of the nitpicky stuff for Forbidden West. But I mean, even if they didn't, if Forbidden West is just the same as this game, as Zero Dawn, just with better graphics, like, hey, I'm here for it, man. Now I just need to move so I can put in so I can kind of reserve like $500 off in my bank account, or $560 off in my bank account, and get a note in for like Target or somewhere for Forbidden, to pick up a PS5 in Forbidden West. I also need a 4K TV. Shit. This is part of my problem, is although I was looking at because I'm redoing the flooring when I move in with just some and so I was actually, my brother, when we did his flooring, he found actually, weirdly enough, the best flooring with the backing, with the foam backing underneath, or the foam backing on the underside of the flooring already attached. He got it at Sam's Club, so we were looking at Costco, and they didn't have a good thing, but they had like a 4K TV, a 4K UHD TV. I think it was even like a Samsung or something, and it was like $300-400 for like a 65-inch TV. I mean, that thing is just like, the fuck, it's huge. But my problem is, and this is what I need opinions on. I'm trying to talk through this with a few people at work as well. Is, do I get a 4K TV? Do I try and pick one up for like $300-400 now? Or, because I'm probably not going to get the PS5 anytime soon, do I just wait till like Memorial Day sales and get a John Williams? Huh. I wonder if it's the Star Wars John Williams or like the Hollywood John Williams. That'd be fucking cool. Everyone, by the way, in music, 10 out of 10. We'll pick up sound. We'll look to pick up the soundtrack. By the way, but yeah, I'm looking. 8K TVs are like $1,000, $2,000, not on sale. So they generally go for. Sometimes they'll go for like half off sales. Do I just try and save up some, or set aside about $1,000 and jump to an 8K TV? These are questions I have. Or if I get like a 4, because here's the thing is I only need one TV. And the one I have right now is 1080. Maybe I'd move that into the bedroom. Once I move and I would just like plug in Roku or something like that. But yeah, besides that, I only need one more TV. So I don't want to buy a 4K TV to immediately like see like a good price on an 8K and be like, let's upgrade to an 8K TV. I could give away a 4K TV if somebody would want it, but again, it kind of seems like a bit of a waste to be like 4K TV and then possibly within a year try and give it away for upgrading to an 8K TV. So would I just jump ahead of the curve? Or if I do get a 4K TV, because I wouldn't want to upgrade it, I wouldn't want to pull that shit, I would probably want to keep it for at least 2, 3, even more years. Possibly. The only time I would probably get rid of it would be if the 1080 TV died, because it's already... It has 2 HDMI ports, and I have lost audio on the one. Yes, I have tried an HDMI switch. And it does not work well. It's... The signal you get out through it is just fuzzy and crackly, and sound-wise, it's not good. Yeah, so that would be the only way I would, possibly I would just like move the 4K TV up to the main bedroom and up to the upstairs bedroom and then get an 8K TV, but I don't foresee that. Hopefully, knock on desk here, pressed wood particle board, whatever the fuck it's made out of. Hopefully that doesn't happen, because I would not be super happy if I had like a fucking... If I had to be like, oh yeah, by the way, let me just go out and buy a 4K TV, and yeah, a year later my 1080 broke, and might as well move that one and then upgrade to a fucking 8K TV. I'd just be like, this makes me sad. Because that would be just a lot of money, just fucking, So I'm trying to figure that one out. It might come down to just flipping a coin, or if the TVs are on sale for like a 65 inch, if it's like because the lowest size you can really get for an 8K TV is 65 inches. I think I saw one 55 inch, but it was just as expensive. It was like $100 less, or if even, than like the 65 inch. So, or no, than like the 75 inch. It was like, it's weird how the pricing is going right now. But if like Memorial Day comes around and the 8K TVs are like, $700 and the 4K TV is like of the same size as like $500, I might just go for the 8K version. We'll see. I am just very much... This makes me look forward to Forbidden West. maybe God of War, instead of getting it on the PC, I would wait till I get a PS5 and play it on the PS5. There's a few other games, like I think there's a racing game on the PlayStation 5. There's shit, what was it? Elden Ring I would probably get on the PS5 because apparently on PC it's kind of broke. Demon's Souls, I would be a fan of trying. There's a few other games I'm kind of like, this would be pretty cool to fucking get a shot at on the PlayStation. Oh, Spider-Man. You gotta get the Spider-Man. Yeah, there's just... Dang, I'm just like... I'm trying to think of other things, like, because the combat was so good in this. It was really like the combat was A+. The world and lore design is just A+ as well. The Deathbringers were kind of a bitch because and so were the smaller ones, the Corruptors. That's what they were called. Because I kind of wish their overheat was tied to. I kind of wish that you couldn't overheat by, or maybe you would contribute to overheat by like regular attacks and like shock and. This might get spoiler struggles. She just left the fucking spear there? Oh, shit. How is it doing that? Wait a minute. Silence, you bastard.
Remember me? We've still so much to discuss. So much you never revealed. Your masters, for example. The ones who sent the signal that woke you. Knowledge has its rewards, don't you think? Well, let's begin.
Ah, fuck. Hold on, Struggles. There might still be more spoilers. I should just have an overlay where, like, in the upper left corner or something, it's just like spoiler time. I would need the buttons like Doranu has, because when you alt tab out of this game, it just pauses everything, like even the loading. So I would need like the streamer like stream deck button thing. So I just hit like spoiler time. I would have to have like a little I would have to like cut a little animation into it too, like to have it via GIF. Just like we need like the spoiler dance. All right, this is definitely spoilers. Don't read it. Look away. Look away, Struggles. Ah, my eyes. Doop-a-doop-a-doo. I'm not going to read it because Struggles is currently probably trying to look away. Hopefully is not listening either. Okay, hold on. Just don't listen for like a good minute. I'll move my mouse like this when you can listen again. We set? Okay. And go. Congratulations on defeating Hades and protecting Gaia's dream of an Earth reborn. The state of the world has been restored to just before the looming shadow. You keep all loot and experience from your successful playthrough. Additionally, New Game Plus has been unlocked, granting the option to play the game again from the beginning with all the loot and skills you've accumulated throughout this playthrough. A New Game Plus loadout of your current inventories and skills has been created. To play this mode, simply choose New Game Plus in the main menu, and you can create new loadouts via the pause menu in the game. Thanks for playing, the Horizon team. Alright. Be all good. Here's the mouse moving. We're good. Wait, what is this? Oh, it's the looming shadow. Okay. Where am I even? Wait a minute. Oh, I'm here. That's a weird place to put me. But, yeah, on to DLC land. It is safe. It is currently safe again for the spoilerly spoilers. I would definitely either recommend... Oh, wait, we got skill points to use. Oh, yeah, we're using Dismount Strike before the fucking mount repair. I would either recommend playing this again, or playing this yourself struggles, or watching my playthrough. Because I imagine the DLC is going to have a shit ton of spoilers. Just saying. Because I don't know if it's supposed to take place during or after, if it's like a separate side story. But yeah, there's definitely a lot of information about Zero Dawn. It could just be like, hey, this is kind of also, it's a little side story, but it's also revealing shit that happened in Zero Dawn main storyline. Yeah. So I am going to actually end it here. I'm gonna load in, save, and then I believe we will... Let's do a quick save. Oh man, I'm so glad I got this cool armor. It's so cool looking. And then next time... Yep, got it all set there. Oh, actually, let me replenish my ammo. Yeah, then we can save it again. And then next time, I believe we will start the DLC. Now, my, so... Let me just load back to the main menu. My streaming schedule is about to get very, very funky. I don't even really know when I'll be able to stream next because I'm going to be moving within the next 2-3 weeks. And in the meantime, I'm going to be packing and contacting utilities and switching shit over and all of that fun stuff. So it's going to be very hectic, haphazard. It's going to be a very haphazard streaming schedule instead of like, I was actually fairly good on this one. I know I had a few breaks in there and stuff like that, but for a while I was at least doing all right. I had some good stretches in playing this game. But yeah, hopefully we will start the DLC sometime in the next couple days. Now that I'm going to have to start, like, thinking of moving and shit, I'm going to be this week starting to pack, like, for example, like, stuff that I'm not using in a day-to-day basis, like some of my hobbyist, like, electronic stuff. Gonna be probably going out and buying boxes, gonna be... looking at next week especially, I don't think I'm gonna do shit for streaming. But yeah, like tomorrow, I'm probably gonna start packing and determining how many more boxes Tuesday might be me just going and buying more boxes. Like packing tape, all that fun stuff. Because although I'm hiring movers, and I know they usually pack stuff for you, I feel better just packing it myself and knowing it's set this way. Also, if something breaks then, unless they like chuck or drop something, I can't really blame them. It makes me feel a little better, like I'm taking away some of their responsibility and shit like that. You know. Yeah, that's how we're gonna go. I know I still have some boxes left from moving last time because honestly, with how apartment prices go, I always expect to move within the year. Just because the last few I've been, it seems like so far at least every one of them has, between the time of my first lease and the renewal that made me decide that I was going to move, the price would have risen like $100 to $200 a month extra from when. So it's just kind of like, I still have some boxes. After I renewed the lease from this year, I want to say like 6 months ago or something like that, I was like, you know what? I'm tired of living with all these empty boxes just laying around waiting for me to move. I'm gonna break some of the worst ones down, and I'm gonna fucking do it, which is probably a good idea because those boxes were shit, and they probably would have broken if I put a feather in there. But at the same time, now I'm like, oh, that was kind of dumb. Because some of them probably would have held up for one more move. So I still have some boxes, but yeah, so I don't know how many I would need. That will be determined, because I definitely did pick up some shit. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. I'll make that determination hopefully within the next couple days. Thank you for the you done did. Yeah, me do good, boss. Me do good. Play game time. Yay. Smart. Sorry. The stupid is very difficult to suppress sometimes. But yeah, thank you all for watching at least the main quest and storyline of Horizon Zero Dawn. Fucking fantastic game. Like 9.5 to 10 out of 10. I would say 9.5. It was super good. It was so excellent. I loved every minute of it. It wasn't anything groundbreaking, so I can't really give it like a Witcher 3 10 out of 10 where it just like it broke the mold, it set a new gold standard. But it was so good. You know what? I don't even know if I can say that because elements of this were like I want combat to feel this good for every game. Like I want combat to be this good and to feel this good. It doesn't have to be this type of combat, but I want it to feel as good and fluid and dynamic, and in some cases like hair-raising and close as it is in this game. The lore, I want it to be as good as this. Like this would, to me, this is like the sci-fi lore of like this is like super great sci-fi right here. I can't even compare it to anything else because it's so new and different. It's so unique from anything I've read. And maybe there's something similar and maybe something that inspired it out there that I haven't come across or I'm just not thinking of. But right now in the moment, I'm just saying it's very unique to me. It was very cool. It was everything about it was good. Except fucking Ted Farrell. That guy's a dick-ass bitch. fucking head-ass pharaoh. Just take a spear right up the keister with him. Just right up Main Street. But, yeah. Thank you all for watching and listening to me ramble at the end here. Apparently the credits weren't enough time for me to ramble. The entire, 10-ass minutes credits weren't enough time for me to ramble. Or, 15-minute credits. Oh, yeah, thank you for watching, listening, doing whatever you're doing. Only 9.3 people got all the optional allies to join in the defense? Yeah, weird. Yeah. And next time, whatever next time comes, is hopefully soonish. I will at least get it started this week. We will start in the Frozen Wilds DLC. I don't know when I will be able to continue it or finish it. But yeah, we should be able to get going on that. Hopefully maybe tomorrow or Tuesday or something like that. Yeah. So until next time, I will see you later. Bye-bye.